What's going on, fam? Welcome back. This is Chris with Food for You Thoughts. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We're back with another Divine Alignment Light Code message. And we're continuing our presentation series when it comes to animal signs of Chinese astrology and the years. And we're picking things back up with the snake. So if this sign applies to you, be sure to click that doggone like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you. And also, you know a brother's shadow band when he's sharing his own personal truth and experience, and he can point you to a reference so you can have, some light for yourself, especially when you apply these 7 hermetic principles each and every day, being very intentional. The universe is going to mirror your intent, and people don't really like that. So if you really appreciate the content, be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you. And also, if you really appreciate the content, and you love to donate to the channel, the information is down below. YouTube doesn't pay me, okay? So with that being said, the reason why you gravitating to these presentations, the universe is saying like, hey, you are one of the change agents. It's time for you to graduate on the next level on your hero's journey. So obviously you receive your call to adventure on your own hero's journey. So the universe will align you with people like myself, just sharing their true ups and downs, the things that worked and things that didn't work for me, and the tools that helped me elevate on my hero's journey, like these 7 hermetic principles. Okay, I've been talking about these over and over again. Once you start, intentionally applying these things and want to learn about them each and every day, just take it one step at a time. All right, over 30, 60, 90 days, you will thank me later. Okay, but on your own hero's journey, obviously you receive your call to adventure. Universe been lining you up with people like myself, and you've been building a healthy relationship with your own intuition, and basically that will lead you to this presentation. And then your intuition also is going to lead you on a nice little adventure, learning more about different energies, frequency, and vibrations of the planet. You're going to realize like, hey, by me being the cause of my life, instead of waiting for the effect to happen, I get to create good karma, especially if I'm being very intentional with the actions that I'm taking each and every day. Mistakes are okay, but those are stepping stones that get you to the next step. Okay, so it's okay to make a whoopsie, right? But don't do it over and over again unless you just love living on repeat. I didn't. Okay, so you'll realize each and every day is nothing more than a lesson, a test that we all have to pass. Okay, you're gonna learn more about astrology. You got brother Freeman L, Dr. Deborah Blair, you got Santos Bonacci, you got Dolo the Pilot Man, and you got Sister Mara Moss. These people have been sharing their experiences when it comes to astrology on YouTube and all over different platforms and traveling. And then you also start learning more about your anatomy. Once you start tapping into your anatomy, you start tapping into your own Christ consciousness. Okay, and that way you can start healing yourself from the inside out instead of the outside in. And then also on your own transformation and atonement process, you're going to learn more about sacred geometry. Brother Sanchez TV on YouTube. He's going to give you some eye training. You're going to learn more about the syncretism that's in everything. The divine handprint is in everything, but you got to have your eyes open and a clear mind. Okay, be very optimistic here. Okay, but you'll realize each and every day again, as you go through your own personal transformation atonement process, it's nothing more than a lesson, a test that we all have to pass. But are we going to keep living on repeat, or are we going to start being the change in our life if we want change to happen? Okay, so, and as you come back up, you're going to realize by you being very intentional, you're going to start experiencing more synchronistic events. The who, what, when, where, how, and why are going to start lining up for you. And then lastly, be very intentional to get out there and connect with Mother Nature as best you possibly can. She's waiting on you. All right, she's gonna help line some things up for you too. All right, so at this point, we're gonna get ready to jump into it. I'm gonna give you some of my key points and takeaways. I'm gonna get you out of here. So let's lead right into it. Our purpose and mission require learning a whole bunch of life lessons to gain that experience and knowledge for our soul growth. If you've been doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, it's not gonna happen. Learn these 7 hermetic principles. Learn these 7 principles of Ma'at and apply them in your life each and every day. You're gonna thank me later. But as you elevate, you're gonna start getting some good results in your life, and people gonna start seeing your light. They're gonna start seeing those results. They're gonna like, what's going on, right? So at this point, you're gonna help people to help themselves. Okay, don't leave people stuck on level 2 when your butt is on level 33, right? Okay, but trust your own inner voice, your own energy. Don't believe nothing I'm sharing with you. These are my own personal experience, but I'm nice enough to share these things as best I possibly can, put as much information in one little bundle for you along with some references. But you have to do the next step by doing your own research so that you can have your own understanding of what I'm sharing from your own perspective. I hope that makes sense. And you'll realize like, hey, if I just trust my intuition more, I can get more things done in my life, right? Just follow that inner voice. Sometimes that thing doesn't even make sense, but you'll think it later like, man, I should have listened to that voice in my head, you know, telling me not to go there, right? We all had those moments. So you'll realize everything matters. You matter, I matter. So follow your own biorhythm and flow in life. Stop blindly believing people and following people. Follow your own heart. And at this present time, you know, especially with the money being played with, make sure you pay yourself first 10% and save something for a rainy day. You're gonna do this for a year to 3 years, right? But in that time, you know, it's okay to splurge yourself. You know, one time a year you can take about 20%, up to 20%. That's my little rule. And that, you know, that you can splurge on yourself. You know, it's okay. You know, you deserve that much. All right, but the most important step is, for me, it's all about focus on high quality thoughts, okay? And that's why I keep pointing out these books, like As a Man or a Woman Thinketh, The Hermetica. We got Celestial Ship of the North. We got Your Guardian Angel and You by Danny Sargent. These books, just reading these books alone, it's gonna help you just see everything in a different perspective in a different light. You'll start seeing the bigger picture, if that makes sense. So at this point, we're going to jump right into it. It's all about unity, consciousness, messages from the universal source within you, because what? You are your own universe. And by now you realize, like, man, these are some big shoes I got to fill, right? Right. So that means, like, all of us, we got to take full responsibility and accountability for our actions. We can't blame God or the devil. These are just our higher and lower natures of ourselves. So when we live in our higher nature, it's all about adding value to people, helping to lift people up instead of tearing them down and distracting them from their purpose and mission in life, right? So with that being said, within the divine mind, we all just divine light being, having this human experience as ourselves, right? For us to get here, we need that spark from our mom and dad to create that suit, the avatar suit that we need to walk on this earth, you know, plane, right? And so as you get here, people gonna dump on you a whole bunch of belief systems, the things that work and things that didn't work for them. And then what's gonna happen, you're gonna test things out for yourself, and you're gonna get the experience that you need that's gonna make you wise. But don't continue there. You're gonna keep, you know, refining, repeating the process and become the best person that you came here to be, because you realize there are more to the story than what you've been told. So instead of focusing on the material knowledge, you need to go and, you know, focus more. Mother Universe is pushing all of us from the material aspect to the spiritual side, because material items going to come and go, but the knowledge of self and how to do things for yourself and cut out that middleman is more important and longer lasting. Trust me. All right. And that way you're going to start getting those results in your life, and you'll realize that your quality of life will start changing by using these 7 hermetic principles, and also incorporating these 7 principles of Ma'at. I'm gonna mention that later in just a second. So again, the Big Bang starts with you, so you can get here to have your experience, so you can be the change agent that you came here to be. So you're gonna be as the man or woman thinketh, and you realize, like, hey, the principle of truth are 7. He or she who knows these understandably possess the magic key before whose touch of all doors of the temple fly open. And you realize the temple is your mind, okay? And it starts, you know, everything starts in the spiritual realm first before it manifests in the physical. Everything starts in the mental realm first, right? In the mind first before it manifests in the physical. So the 7 hermetic principles are mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. Excuse me. And to make sure that you operating in your heart chakra as you navigating your own reality, because there's some crazy people out here. There are people out here, their sole purpose and mission in life is to distract you by any means necessary. We call these people agents, right? So to make sure you're not distracted from your path, right, to make sure you operate in your heart chakra, because you realize some people just ride the short bus for a reason, right? So with that being said, you got the 7 principles of Ma'at, and Ma'at is an ancient system of morals and values that are going to help guide your thoughts and behavior, right, as you navigate in your own reality. All right, so these principles are based on what? Truth, based on the fact of honesty and integrity, justice, a state of fairness and lawful judgment, righteousness, a state of consistent good conduct, reciprocity, what goes around comes around, balance, an equal distribution of weight, order, a correct sequence of thought and action, not action then thought, okay? And lastly, we got harmony, one accord, pleasing arrangement. Now the world is equally divided between the people that want to lift people up and the people that just want to distract you, because they have no purpose or mission whatsoever on this plane but to distract you, because this is the highest they can go, okay? I hope that makes sense, right? So I choose to lift people up with knowledge of self, how I came into knowledge of self, and how I started getting results in my life But I realized like, hey, I've been doing these 7 hermetic principles my whole life. I just didn't have a understanding, you know, that they were actually principles, right? And when I knew better, I started doing better, and I started sharing these same principles with my family, and they getting the results too. And we just start first with cause and effect. That's what I like to begin with. All right, with that being said, if you feel like you haven't been growing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, you got to look in the mirror. You've been choosing to, you know, hang out with those people to make those decisions. So it's never too late to rewrite your story. You just need a new plan for your life. And a new plan, start reading 7 hermetic principles and incorporate these 7 principles of my eye ASAP, okay? You would thank me later. So today we're picking things back up with the what? Snake, all right? So with that being said, you know, if you don't learn anything else, you know, material items gonna come and go, but knowledge of self is more important and longer lasting. So understanding our astrology chart is the doorway, but the effort to go through that thing, it's up to you. So I'm only the messenger, hint, hint, all right? But again, material items gonna come and go. Knowledge of self is more important and longer lasting. If you don't learn anything else, please learn these 7 hermetic principles. It's gonna take you far. You know, there's a good side, not so good side to everything, right? But you gotta balance your doggone polarity. That way you can operate as your one force that you came here to be. And be mindful of your words. Your words can make or break a person's day. We've been talking about that, right? So choose your words wisely, all right? So with that being said, when it comes to the yin and the yang, we got yin, rat, tiger, dragon, horse, monkey, dog, yang, bull, rabbit, snake, sheep, rooster, and pig. And then when we got a 2-year cycle per element, starting with an even number. So say for instance, if this was like a fire, it'll be fire, fire, right? And then it'll go to the next element. I hope that makes sense. And then, you know, and then you have a 12-year cycle. You know, the zoo types elements change every 12 years, as you can see here. And dealing with the snake, starting with 1941, it starts with a metal, and then 12 years from that, it'll jump over to water. I hope that makes sense for you guys. So I want to, you know, put as much information in one package as possible. That way you can your own intuition and start discerning for yourself, so you can figure out, okay, I can see how everything is connected to each other. Again, everything is interconnected, and that's why I started realizing on my hero's journey. So again, the animals of the Chinese zodiac, dealing with the snake, I realized like this applies, you know, all of these zoo types, we have all of these zoo types within us. So when we come in on the let's say the key year, right, you know, we'll have more of these attributes and characteristics than others, but each and every one of us, we have all these zoo types within us. But when we come in, you know, on this earth plane on these years, you know, these attributes and characteristics stick out like a sore thumb, okay? All right, and you'll start to see like, oh, okay, I see how everything's interconnected now. You can see these certain attributes and characteristics, and that way you can approach, you know, situations a little bit different. You know, you can be a little bit more mindful, all right? So, and add awareness. Let me add that too. So when it comes to the years, you got 1905. I lined it all the way up to what, 2025, and then you're dealing with the hours of 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Lucky 4. You create your own luck, however, cause and effect. But it's good for job interviews, taking calculated risks, financial planning, grabbing opportunities. All right. When the keywords, when it comes to the snake, you're dealing with charming, wise but naive, prudent, possessive, hypnotic, patient, information gatherer, super intelligent minds, subtle, discreet, compassionate, insightful, proud, creativity, planner, and originality. Now on the negative side, when it comes to the snake, these individuals can be a little manipulative, malicious, cold, possessive, lazy, scheming, contradictory, but they love roosters and oxen but dislike pigs, okay? There's no cookie cutter recipe, all right? Again, now when it comes to the snake, these are my own personal takeaways. I'm gonna get you out of here. Now the snake is contradictory in nature and is willing to invest their time to achieve their goal. Now the snake is always planning its next move down to the very last detail. Now snakes are intelligent and inquisitive. They ask a lot of doggone questions because they want to know the who, what, when, where, how, and why. They gather as much knowledge and information as they can at all times, all right, because they don't like to be out of place. Now the snake is always learning. Snakes love their home and family and prefer to stay close to home as possible. Now their artistic and creative side often propels them forth. Now snakes are original thinker. They think outside the box. They realize they are more to the story than what they can see from their point of view. Now sometimes the snake judgment can be underbalanced and their views warped, and not that they would ever acknowledge this, to themselves or anyone else. But when it comes to the snake, and from my point of view, it's all about seeing the bigger picture, because from your point of view, you may end up biting off more than you can chew, as you can see here. So when it comes to the snake, when it comes to biting off more you can chew, when it comes to goals, got to use reverse planning. What is the overall goal that you want to achieve? What are the steps? What are the basic steps that you need, the tools that you need to get there? Start researching, start taking action. And then what's going to happen, you're going to refine and repeat the process and test things out. You're going to find your sweet spot, but you got to get the basic, fundamentals to get you to the goal. So if your goal is to be a some kind of content creator or a writer, you need something to write on, a pen, paper, or keyboard, or some kind of laptop or something, but you got to invest into your craft. And with the technology that we have these days, you can't make any excuses, So as we get ready to close things out, when it comes to relationship, overall, there's no cookie cutter recipe, but what I learned, when you learn universal law and cause and effect, why not rig the universe to work in your favor? Give more what you feel that you lack in your life. If you feel like you lack compassion, you feel like you lack people listening to you, you feel like you lack that, people don't, donate to you or just share information with you. You got to be those people. Are you sharing? Are you listening? Are you donating time, money, whatever? To help people. And that's why I realized, so give more what you feel that you lack in life. The universe is going to mirror your intent. So when it comes to the snake in relationship, snakes crave love and affection, right? And are well matched with the dragon and the dog. Now, tigers with snakes, with the snake emotions, the tiger may prove to be too prone for betrayal for the snake, while the rat may be inclined to play with the snake's emotion. Let me slow down. But again, when it comes to relationship, overall, is the overall relationship one-sided or balanced? Are you bringing all the tools to the relationship, all of that in the bag of chips and then some? Or are you guys meeting each other halfway? So what I realized, you got to share common goals, strategy, study life, strengths and weaknesses together. But the most important step, you got to, personal growth is key in those common goals, all right? But the next step is to break out of those bad patterns, okay? So break habit patterns daily. And then what'll happen is it'll put you in the present moment. You'll start seeing more synchronistic events. The universe is gonna mirror your intent by you intentionally, breaking pattern, getting out of those old habits, reading these books, read books that you normally wouldn't read. You'll be amazed how things start lining up in your life. The universe gonna send you various forms of confirmation and let you know you're on the right path, okay? But these are my own personal takeaways when it comes to animal signs of Chinese astrology in the year when they're dealing with the snake. Be sure to click that like and subscribe button down below. And as always, our purpose and mission require learn a whole bunch of life lessons to gain the experience and knowledge for our soul grow. All right. If once you know better, you're gonna do better. Okay. This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. Until next time, take care of yourself, love yourself, stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.